I need an 8 by 2. No. 8 by 2. I need that. So it's like 8 dots and 2 dots. I need that. Anyway. So my sister told me that the body is made up of cells. So that's from Jenny. So that's right. The body makes cells. So if you look at the body and you expand and zoom in, you can see the cells all together. So this is a cell. So the outside's called the cytoplasm, and the inside is the organelles, and they do many different duties. They're like organs in the body, like the heart or the lungs. They do a duty. The organelles is for the cells. So it's very similar to an organ. So there's DNA and RNA that's in the cell. So cells have a nucleus in the middle, and another type of cell doesn't have like a nucleus. There are different types of cells. They can look different. Example of bone cell looks like a star. You can see a picture here. Blood cells are a swirly shape. Plant cells are blocks. The body has a lot of cells that make up it. Cells reproduce through mitosis. Hey, stop. Give me. Moby, did you copy yourself? And make yourself smaller? So, what is bacteria? in all kinds of life, there's a lot of bacteria in the world. They're very small and can live anywhere. They're in our food. There's more bacteria in our body than there are humans living. Grass. So if bacteria didn't exist, cows would not be able to eat grass. But you can get sick from bacteria. But don't worry. There's medicine that you can take called an antibiotic. And it cures you. There's different sizes and shapes of bacteria. There's a nucleus. It doesn't have the covering on it. And there's not really any complex organelles. Very simple. Some of them can make energy for themselves. So a lot of the bacteria reproduce asexually. This increases a lot of the bacteria in the world. They also change and develop quickly. So bacteria was here a long, long ago. We don't know when this all happened. But life started to progress. And the oxygen had a low level, and it slowly improved. And it became enough for us to live. Bacteria can live in very dangerous environments. They lived long, long ago. And so scientists can study them. I hope it's not the same as that. So, do you see it? We should be near there. So, can you describe the branches of government? So, the government started with three branches. So, there's the legislative branch, the judicial, the executive. So, the legislative branch is the law branch, and it's separated into two parts, and both are named Congress. This is first part is the Senate group, and then the House of Representatives. So for the Senate, there are only two representatives that are from the state. The House of Representatives, however, is dependent on the population and how many people live there. The House is responsible for bills about money, and the Senate is responsible for accepting government officials. Both help discuss making laws with all different types of situations involved. So the next branch is the executive, and the president's the leader of that. He goes to other countries, he's the commander in chief. He also has a cabinet, which is a group of advisors, and they advise on a bunch of different stuff. For example, agriculture and education. The president is a very, very important person, but is limited to 2 terms, and they're both 4 years each. So that's a total of 8 years. The final group is the judicial group, which has the Supreme Court, and they look at court cases and decide if the law is constitutional, yes, no. Oh gosh. If the law is constitutional. The Supreme Court's rulings help understand the meaning of the Constitution. So all of these branches are connected and made equal through checks and balances. Each branch has a limit to their power. An example of this is so legislative can give the president a bill, but the president has the power to veto the bill and give it back to the legislative branch. But they can overturn the veto if they have a majority vote. With checks and balances, another example is the president's cabinet members must be accepted by the legislative branch in Congress. Another example is the Supreme Court, and the president can be impeached through Congress. So checks and balances allow for equality to happen between the branches. Would you vote for me? I can't. I vote for you. I'm young. So what is the civil rights? So the civil rights is the belief that rights should be given no matter race or sexual orientation. Long ago, both blacks and whites were separated in different places. This happened in schools, and then so in a school district, a little girl named Linda uh, tried to go to a school that was near her house, but was rejected and had to go to another school. Her father sued the school. This is a very important court case called Brown versus the Board of Education, and it's a very important part of what happens next. So Rosa Parks was sitting, and more people came on, and the driver told her she needed to stand up for a white person, but she told him no. This got her arrested. Martin Luther King started planning boycotts, which is not doing something. The Supreme Court decided that you can't separate and segregate buses. So people started to do peaceful protests. They'd sit quietly. Typically, they'd wait at the restaurant that they were sitting in for it to close, or they would be arrested. So when a peaceful protest happened, other people around them became angry, which doesn't really make much sense. In 1963, there was a big parade in Washington, D.C., with MLK presenting his very popular and famous "I Have a Dream" speech. After a law was made that integrated in the workplace, that required variation, there was a lot of struggle with this law. Because you can change the society, but you cannot change people's opinion. But the protesters continued to support the belief for all rights. Other groups were inspired by this movement. Women, the LGBTQ community, they all thought that they deserved these basic rights too. And so what this shows is that history supports rights for all. I have a dream. Oh, okay, what's your dream? Look at the board. Huh. Odd. Hey, well, bye.